Mm. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. So I have with me today Billy from Your Kind of Cuts in New Jersey, and it's a barber shop. But the thing about it is that it's not just any barber shop. This is an amazing place because most of his customers are special needs, mostly children. And so as a result, when you walk in the store, half the time you'll see him chasing after somebody with a buzz or on the floor rolling around with a kid. But this man is talented, and I had to get a hold of him because I needed to understand his journey and how he got to this point in his life. How you doing, Billy?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning. How are you?
Thank you. So tell me, how did you end up like this in this kind of situation? How'd you
I
get here?
get just lucky, I guess. um, man, the journey probably started, 50 plus years ago through my childhood. You know, coming from a tough upbringing, in and out of the foster system for a little while. I think I developed a good sense of characteristic judgment, and I think that is a very helpful quality when these kids walk through the door to be able to read them right away and read the parents and understand what their sensory concerns are before they even get into a chair. So I kind of have an idea what I'm leading up to getting to them. But
Right.
it's been a long, good journey, all positive coming along the way, all the parents and families that we've helped along the way. Um, it's been a good positive journey up to this point. We're not done yet, but we're facing the right direction. So
Right. The thing is that, it sounds easier said than done, meaning, you know, a lot of these special needs children, they could be dangerous, and you need to know how to handle a situation. I mean, there's so many stories of, mothers that weren't able to handle their own kids because they started getting older and getting more aggressive. And so it's not just that you don't care, you have to have a certain skill or knack for how to handle.
yeah, I think again, excuse me. I think again, it's just I don't judge myself the way other people are viewing me, which is very humbling, and I do appreciate the way people view me. But at the end of the day, it's just who I am as a person. I don't feel like I have to put a work hat on when I come to work. I mean, on my way here, I'm always thinking about, who am I going to help today? Hopefully we get somebody that was laying on the floor 2 weeks ago or a month ago, and keep my fingers crossed that hopefully we can get him in a chair today. And I don't look at it as a lot of labor like other people do. To me, comes easy, to be honest with you. I don't see the effort that people think that I'm putting in. I don't see myself doing that. Like I said, it's just who I am as a person. I mean, I'm going to help you cross the street. I'm going to help your wife bring the groceries in. I'm going to help your child get a haircut. I'm going to help your husband change a flat tire. So that's just who I am as a person. So I don't find it to be labor intensive. I love the challenge. I love the challenge of what I do. So I don't look at it as difficult, to be honest with you. I know everybody else does, but I
That's
don't.
great.
I
I
don't see
think
it like that.
I think it's great, and it's very humbling when a person understands that their gift is from God and that they can't take personal gratitude for it. That's a wonderful thing. I also want you to know that I told Ro, who works there with you, the same thing that I told my wife. I said, I got to interview this guy. I got to interview these people because they're doing good things while we're all just casually living our life. Like you're the kind of person that while everything else is just, going on, all of a sudden you remember there are people out there that are just doing really good things at this moment. And that's why God lets the world go around.
Yeah.
And God bless you.
I mean, isn't that what we're supposed to be doing, right? We're supposed to be doing the best we can every day, right? Getting better every day. I mean, I don't think I deserve as much attention for what I do as some of the negative attention should be putting on the people who aren't doing anything about it, right? I mean, I'm doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? You wake up and be thankful that the sun came up and you got up and the car started, and at that point you consider yourself lucky for the day and keep it moving. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
just keep it moving.
Yeah, but that's not how people are built. People
No,
are quicker to look at the negatives
yeah,
than the positives.
I have to be honest with you. I know everyone's been telling me this for the last year, but that's the only way I see it. Like, I don't even understand the other side. Why people aren't doing it. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. I don't get it.
I believe
Don't
that.
understand why
When did this start? When did the actual, the special needs part of this business? You
uh
said you used to be a trucker. Give
well
me the, like
yeah,
the time.
I walked away from a pretty successful job when I was 39 years old, something that I've been doing since I'm 16, trucking warehouse logistics. And back in the 80s, I became a truck driver to avoid technology, right? When all my friends were going to be millionaires on paper in the dot-com era and who was going to be the next Bill Gates, I had no interest in doing any of that. So I'm a people person. I wanted to get out in the world. I went and got my CDL, and one thing led to another where I ended up becoming supervisor manager at a company for quite a long time. And I just decided it was time to change. I had an 18-year-old son going to college. I was only 39 years old. I was still in pretty good shape to, go out and try something new. And, we could have been having this conversation over a steak because I almost went to culinary school instead of hair school. So I'm glad it turned out this way. But, I'm only cutting going on 14 years now. And I still, to this day, have my very first autistic client that I dealt with. And, even at the time when I was cutting him, I didn't see it as a big deal. It was just, stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit and just doing something a little different with the objective to complete the same goal, which was to get his hair cut. After I cut that child for the second time, when his mom came outside with me and, she made me promise her that no matter where I went, that I would, make sure I stay in touch with her so she could follow me. And I didn't take it, wholeheartedly back then because, I planned on always cutting them as long as they keep coming. They weren't going to lose touch with me. If anything, they would lose, I wouldn't lose touch with them. They would lose touch with me. But, I'm cutting in a town where I grew up in, where I was a foster child. So that's very nice that I had the local support. And as I cut after that first child 14 years ago, who is now, going on 25, 26 years old, I seem to gravitate towards, the people that were a little bit more challenging, or, some of the younger people who weren't as relatable in the shops that I was working in. And, I bounced, this is my third shop that I've been since I've been working. And fortunately for me, they're all within 50 yards of each other. So I've been in the same area for the last 14 years, which is helpful. And, due to the unfortunate circumstances of COVID, I probably wouldn't be in this position right now because the previous owners of the current shop that I'm in were a little bit on the elderly side, and they didn't want to take the risk during COVID. So that old adage, one door closes and another one opens, is definitely true, because that's exactly what happened to me. And I knew we were going to be successful and make big strides when the second or third day I was putting the logo on the window and I put that first puzzle piece up there. People started knocking on the door and asking, "Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?" I'm like, "What do you think it is?" Like, "Is that for autism?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And people started booking appointments, and I was cutting hair while people's feet were on paint buckets, and I was getting the screwdriver and the buzzers mixed up because I had everything on the same station. So I'm glad I didn't use a screwdriver on them, so they came back. So that was good. But yeah, this is I'm happy that I'm able to help these families, and more importantly, I'm happy for my family, especially my children, that you get to see that sometimes you're not always dealt a pair of aces, right? Sometimes they're a pair of twos, and you got to treat them like aces, right? So I'm glad it's unfolding the way it is right now, to be honest with you.
Beautiful. I got one more question for you.
Sure.
Do you find that parents learn coping skills or strategic skills from watching you?
I know for a fact they do, because I'm told probably once or twice a day, every day, "Thank you, you taught me something. Thank you, you helped me with this." And to
So
be
give us
honest
an
with
example.
the latest one is probably the most heartfelt one that I can relate to. My motto with these children here and any adults is, I hear a lot of the parents come in and tell their kids, "Don't cry, don't be scared." I don't believe in that. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be upset. All right. It's a normal feeling. The only thing I ask is that they be brave, right? And you be brave and put a little trust in me. And, I gain their trust as we go through the haircuts. And, even at the end, we're doing the shape up, the tough part. Some of these kids are still a little hesitant, still a little scared, but, they lean into me and they trust me. So one of the biggest compliments that I got from one of the parents or anybody that came through here was a mom called me from the parking lot of a doctor's office about 2 weeks ago, hysterically crying. And she said to me, "You have no idea how much you changed our lives." And I completely thought she was talking about a haircut. And she showed me a video of her kid jumping out of the car, running to the doctor's office, which they've been before, which he had hit the ground and threw a fit once he realized he was at the doctor's. But this time he ran in and he opened the door. And when he got inside, he told his mother that he was going to be brave like he is at the barber shop, and went into his first doctor's appointment without being scared. I mean, if he was scared, he didn't show it. He ran into the doctor's office and he referred the barber shop as being brave. And to me, that's what it's all about. I mean, a haircut is something that they're going to have to do the rest of their lives, whether they like it or not. Unfortunately, I might be that bad guy to them, but if I can instill that trust and a good relationship with them, and I can help them get through it, which in return is going to help them obviously get through other stuff, which I didn't see coming, but
Yeah, carried over, huh?
yeah, it's another plus. That's all. All I can do is control what I do, which is cut hair. But it's nice when it resonates and spills into the rest of their lives, and another way to help the parents, right? I mean, I never foreseen myself helping anybody's parents at the doctors, right? When I went to hair school, like I wasn't thinking about getting through your needles and stuff. But hey, listen, as it turns out, I guess in the bigger picture, right, being brave, like I said earlier, is being brave in life. It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of obstacles we have to overcome and uncomfortable with. So I'm glad I'm part of it. I'm glad I can instill that confidence in these kids to go ahead and jump off the cliff and go for it like I did. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in this place right now. So,
yep. Good for you, man.
Thank you.
It's funny. I have a sign at my front door. It's from John Wayne. Courage is being scared to death and saddling up anyways.
That's exactly it. Right. That's exactly it. That's exactly. I can't stop the way people feel, right? I can't change that. Right. The only thing I can do is kind of figure out what's bothering you and try to ease the blow as best as I can, right? Smooth it out a little bit for you. If it works, it works.
Absolutely. A lot of parents don't understand that. They try to change the way their child is feeling inside. You can't change how they feel. You can change how they approach the world, maybe
right.
in a more.
Well, I have to be honest with you. I discipline my children the same exact way, I tell my daughter all the time, it's okay for you to have an attitude. It's okay to cry and be upset. Just don't do it in front of the TV. Move over a little bit, right? When you're done, come back out, we'll talk, right? I can't tell you how you should feel. If you're upset because you can't go to the mall, then that's fine, be upset. But at the end of the day, nothing's going to change. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, you still got to clean your room, wash your face, and brush your teeth, whether you go to the mall or not, right? So the day will go on.
It's funny. What's funny? My daughter's 2, and I tell her the same thing. I go, I understand you're crying and it's okay, but it's not going to change anything. I don't think she understands a word I'm saying, but I'm when she gets to your daughter's age.
Yeah. Well, listen,
you just can't do.
Yeah. Well, I have to be honest with you. She hears you. She might not be able to comprehend it right now, but it's in her head because, unfortunately for my daughter, she's my second child at 13 and her older brother is 30. So I'm a very seasoned father at this point with her. So she stands no chance right now. Either get on board or don't. But either way, nothing's going to change. So
either way, step aside from the TV.
Yep, that's it.
Billy, thank you so much.
Yo, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem, man. Thank you. If there's anything else I can help you with, please don't hesitate.
And I now consider you a friend.
Man, always. Everybody's my friend till you give me a reason not to be, man. That's the way it should be. Don't give me a reason not to be. I'll always be here for you.
Thank you.
All right. I thank you.
God bless.
I thank you guys for the support and the kind words. And, just know I'm going to keep on keeping on and making sure that I can help as many families as I can. And more importantly to me, the way we can help more people is to try to get some more hands in here. Unfortunately, the industry, as a whole does not promote the services for these families. And I'm trying to use my platform and this awareness now to try to get some people to come on board and work with us. And so we can, spread our help throughout the community a little further and states to states. But yeah, we're in a shortage of barbers and stylists. If anybody's interested in coming to work for me, please reach out to us, and you know, we will do our best to accommodate and try to make it as lucrative as possible for everybody.
That also reminds me, not to mention, I'm going to put all of your information in the description below. I'll be in touch with Ro, and now I know also that you're looking to hire the right kind of person.
Yeah, I mean, this is our biggest problem that we're having right now. I mean, obviously the autism world knows the need, the urgent need for what we're doing. And unfortunately, this problem isn't going away. It seems to be getting worse and worse every year that goes by. So every day that goes by and we don't get to hire somebody else, you know, is another day that more kids are sitting home and more families are sitting home with this problem. So the faster we can get some people behind the chairs, you know, the faster we can get to other people to help them. So that is the priority, to be honest with you. We're going to be here. I'm going to be here regardless, right? But, you know, I only have 2 hands and Ro only has 2 hands. You know, we need 10,
more
12 hands in
soldiers
here. Yeah, we need a bunch of hands in here. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right, Billy. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for your kind words again. And we'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you.